professionally a software engineer for 3 or 4 years. I got my bachelor's degree in electrical engineering. And after practicing, I wrote code for a living. And after doing that for 3 or 4 years, I decided I wanted to go to law school and become a patent attorney. I had met a couple of patent attorneys while I was working as a lawyer, a software engineer. And it just was like, oh my God, I could go to law school. I could become a patent attorney. They make a lot of money. It just seemed like a really cool idea at the time. So I decided, I took the LSAT, applied to law schools, and I decided to go to the University of Denver. I live in Denver, Colorado, and they had a night program so I could work full time while I went to law school. So when I started law school, I was still working as a software engineer. And so I would work all day, and then I would go to classes at night, usually on average, probably from about 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And this was my life for 3.5 years. The typical law program is, full-time law students go to law school for 3 years, and the evening program was actually 4 years. But I finished in 3.5 years because I took some extra classes to get done early. So for 3.5 years, my life was essentially working all day, going to classes in the evening, and then when I would get home from class, usually after 9 p.m., I would have to read case law for my classes so that I was prepared for my classes the following evening, because obviously I couldn't read during the day because I was working. And of course I had some time on the weekends, a little bit of downtime and time to catch up on reading and all that kind of stuff on the weekends. But this was essentially my life for 3.5 years. And it was during this time when I started to experience, it was, I believe, like my second year-ish of law school, I started to experience some really bad, debilitating anxiety. And, it really had me feel non-functional. I was still showing up to work. I was still, going to classes, but it was really, really challenging. I mean, it was like, it took everything I had just to show up because I started having physical symptoms, and it really messed me up. And so I was on the verge of taking anxiety medication, and I really didn't want to. I mean, I've always been passionate about health and like fitness and eating organic food. I was talking about GMOs way back in like the early 2000s before anybody knew what they were. So I didn't want to take anxiety medication. And so I just synchronistically, I came across a Wayne Dyer, Dr. Wayne Dyer Calendar on his translation of the Dao De Jing, change your thoughts, change your life. And it just completely transformed my life. And that was my very first so-called spiritual awakening experience. So I will talk more about this later, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and I really look forward to seeing you on the next one. Love, bliss, and peace.